Straight ahead on 12 News, a rosy remembrance. A Maple Grove man will be honored in a unique setting on a national stage. Then a big league redesign for a Robbinsdale park. But first, major changes planned for Osseo area schools.
There was a lot of planning that was involved in this, a lot of research, and it's not a recommendation that comes lightly.
12 News starts right now. Changes could be on the way for schools in the Osseo district. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Johnson.
And I'm Alexandra Renslow. Most Minnesota school districts have the same configuration for their elementary, middle, and high schools. But Osseo follows a different model. That model could soon be a thing of the past thanks to the expansion of all-day kindergarten. Delane Cleveland has more.
More than 400 students attend Fair Oaks Elementary School in Brooklyn Park. However, that number only consists of students in preschool through third grade, and it's one of 3 schools in the Osseo district with the same configuration.
There's going to be a lot of work.
If District Superintendent Kate McGuire gets her way, those schools would start serving 4th and 5th graders as well.
I believe that it is in the best long-term interest of our students and our school system to return those 3 sites to a grade span that matches our other elementary schools.
The issue was one of several brought up at a school board work session Tuesday night where McGuire outlined possible plans to accommodate all-day kindergarten.
And that preliminary recommendation is to configure our grade spans as pre-K 5, 6, 8, 9, 12.
Currently, most of Osceo's elementary schools go up to grade 6. The junior highs serve students in grades 7 through 9. And the high schools go from grades 10 through 12.
We are one of many school districts examining the challenges and opportunities from expanding to full-day kindergarten programming.
Meanwhile, several parents looked on Tuesday night with keen interest.
It'll probably benefit our district. I know we're one of the few that don't have that yet, so I'm just curious about how they can do it in the most cost-effective manner, I guess.
School board members wondered the same thing.
We'll be doing all-day K one way or the other. It's just, do we create more space in the elementary schools?
It's a question the board will ask the public over the next couple of months before making any decisions.
It's our job to determine which set of implications is in the best interests of our students and of our school system in the long run.
Superintendent McGuire says the district will conduct a number of community engagement activities in January to hear feedback from parents and staff members about the potential configuration. Mike and Alex, formal action on the grade configuration would come in February, but if it was approved, it wouldn't go into effect until the 2015-2016 school year.
All right. Thank you
Thanks,
very much.
Dylan. In baseball terms, think of this as a triple play. A Robbinsdale playfield will get an $800,000 overhaul thanks to 3 baseball-related grants. Starting this spring, work will begin at Lee Park to redesign the ball field and install artificial turf. The $800,000 project is largely funded by grants. $325,000 is coming from the Hennepin County Youth Sports Program. Another $300,000 grant is coming from Major League Baseball as part of the 2014 All-Star Game in Minnesota. And the Cal Ripken Senior Group is also donating time and field design expertise.
You're getting all of these major level players involved in a neighborhood park in a first-ring suburb. A lot of attention going to it, and it's going to be a beautiful play facility for years.
The $325,000 grant from the Hennepin Youth Sports Program is part of the sales tax collected to build Target Field. And here's a look at some other local projects that received funding from that program. Golden Valley gets $50,000 for play equipment at Wildwood Park. Robbinsdale Schools receives $60,000 for playground improvements at Northport Elementary. And Rogers gets $105,000 for field lighting and a storm shelter at North Community Park. One project that did not get funded is a $325,000 request to help build gymnasiums at Maple Grove Junior High. Officials say they'll go forward with the $8 million project and hope for help in the next round of funding.
A Plymouth manufacturing company is moving its headquarters from Plymouth to Denver, Colorado. Deltac specializes in green technologies, including converting waste heat into usable energy. The company will receive tax credits to move its headquarters and create new jobs in Denver. It proposes annual wages of about $88,000 per new employee. Deltac has a manufacturing facility in Plymouth, and the company says it will maintain operations there.
It's official, there is a new top cop in Brooklyn Park.
To the best of my judgment and ability.
With that, Craig Envelson became the city's 5th police chief. Envelson has been with the Brooklyn Park Police Department for nearly 23 years, and he said today he believes it's the best police department in the state. One of his co-workers calls the new chief a hard worker with forward-looking vision.
He comes to work prepared every day. He's usually one of the first guys in the door, and he's one of the last guys to leave. And he's always been that way throughout his career.
Envelson succeeds Chief Mike Davis, who took a job in Boston.
A state representative whose district includes Plymouth and Minnetonka has decided not to run for re-election. John Benson, a DFLer, called representing his district a great personal honor. The retired teacher is currently serving his 4th term. He is the 5th House member and 3rd DFLer to choose not to run for another term. On New Year's Day, 5 Minnesotans will be remembered in the Tournament of Roses parade.
A.J. Salisbury of Maple Grove is one of them. He's a part of the Donate Life float. Sonia Goen shows us how he's continuing to give the gift of life.
He was loving, and he was funny, and he would love to, play little practical jokes on Mom and Dad.
A.J. Salisbury, a.k.a. Tony, had a zest for life. He enjoyed spending time with his family. Tony also wanted to be a photojournalist. He was also a talented musician.
He decided when he was 10 he wanted to play the guitar.
But in 2008, Tony was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer.
Alveolar soft part sarcoma, ASPS. It's a very rare form of sarcoma.
He died 11 months after being diagnosed. He was only 24 years old.
By the time Tony was diagnosed, it had already metastasized into his lungs and into his brain. So we didn't know. He'd probably been sick for a little while.
While cancer took his life, part of Tony is still living on. One of his baby blue eyes is helping someone else to see. The other is being used for research.
He's still got to donate his eyes, and a lot of people don't realize that. You can donate eyes when you're sick.
Tony knew just how precious the gift of life is.
He was very young when I had my first cornea transplant, and so he grew up with me going through all that and knowing that it was very important to be a donor.
The Minnesota Lions Eye Bank chose to honor Tony on the Rose Bowl float.
Can't be any more prouder than we are right now. We feel real honored that the Minnesota Lions Eye Bank chose him.
Tony's floral portrait will be among 81 memorials.
Went through back and forth a little bit to decide which photo would be best.
Tony's parents helped to put the finishing touches on the florograph.
They sent glue, brushes, and then a little container of the organic material.
Tony's parents say seeing his image on the float will be emotional, but they hope his gift will encourage others to donate.
You'll probably choke us up and let us know that we're very proud of that. He was an outstanding young man. He was willing to make that selfless act of giving his gift of sight.
Sonia Goins, 12 News.
For more information on becoming an organ donor, you can head to our website. It's 12.tv. The countdown clock is ticking down toward Christmas.
And up next in Money Savers, we'll have some last-minute gift ideas, all under $25. Then later in sports, Osseo and Maple Grove go head-to-head in both girls and boys basketball.
But first, the clouds roll in, and so does the cold in your AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back. If you've been to the mall or retail stores, you know Christmas is upon us.
And if you've waited until the last minute for your Christmas shopping, you could wind up spending more than you planned. And today in Money Savers, Shannon Slatton has a few cost-effective ideas that are near where you live.
Christmas is only a week away, and if you haven't finished your shopping yet, we have a few ideas for you. Every gift in our gift guide is under $25 and available right here in the Northwest Metro.
It's fun for anyone over the age of 4 at Elm Creek's Tubing Hill.
2 hours of tubing down any chute only costs $15 per person. If you need a gift for someone who'd rather venture outside during the warmer weather, pay for them to learn archery. Instruction and equipment during a family archery event through Three Rivers Park District is $7 per person. While $25 won't come anywhere close to paying for a meal at trendy Robbinsdale restaurant Travail, you can buy their sexy chef calendar for only $20. You can't see what's inside yet, but they offer this sneak peek video online that is sure to spark your curiosity. You can find several items under $25 here at the shops at Arbor Lakes. Trend spotter Katie Welsh-Lynn has a few ideas. Hi, Katie. Let's start with food.
Yeah, Trader Joe's and Whole Foods is the place to go right now. They have tons of different items from cookies to wine, $5 and under, so you can't get better than that.
Put together a nice gift there.
Yeah, Bath and Body's got a great deal going on. It's the buy 3, get 3 free, so you really can't beat that either. Lots of items here at Francesca's Collections. You know, different things like this Viewmaster. Some of them are kind of the white elephant, Secret Santa, or teacher gifts. They also have some really hot teacher gifts like this plaque. Also, they're doing a jewelry extravaganza, which is buy one full item and get the next for $5.
And if you do plan on shopping out here at the shops at Arbor Lakes, there's a great deal going on right now.
There is. If you spend $150 at any stores combined, stop by Guest Services with your receipt and you'll receive a $20 gift card to Pottery Barn.
Thank you, Katie. Also in Maple Grove, if you have someone who likes to try out new things, how about a gift card to try out Whirly Ball? The game that combines bumper cars with wiffle ball and basketball only costs $12 per half hour. For Money Savers, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
If you're ordering online today, Wednesday is the last day you can order with delivery guaranteed by Christmas. It's also free shipping day for nearly 1,000 retailers. Coming up, an opportunity to blaze a new trail through Robbinsdale.
But first in sports, a wild match on the ice as Maple Grove battles Benilde in boys hockey. John Jacobson has the highlights coming up next.
Dealing with a losing streak, even just a 2-game skid, isn't something Osseo's boys basketball players have had to deal with much in recent seasons. The Orioles lost to Champlin Park Friday and De La Salle Saturday and look to get back in the winning column against district rival Maple Grove on Tuesday night. It's a good start for the Crimson. Brad Davison drives and kicks it to Tyler Barker for a 3 from the corner for a 5-3 Crimson lead. Osseo controls the middle part of the first half. Elliott Kane's steal leads to a layup as the Orioles go up 13-9 on a young Crimson squad. Wheeler Baker takes the inbounds pass and pops a 3 from the right side on his way to a 24-point night. The Orioles lead by 9. Maple Grove closes the half strong. This 3 by Matthew Lindgren is one of 3 in a row for the Crimson, and they pull within 31-26 at halftime. And they start the second half well, too. Freshman Davison battling the flu, but he hits a 3 here. Osseo again surges in front. Ian Tyson gets a back screen, scores off Baker's pass, plus a foul. Tyson nets 21 points total. Jordan Dembley and Baker catch the defense snapping for an easy 2 on the inbounds play, and Osseo's up by 9. Maple Grove stays within striking distance, but it's Osseo taking round 1 against the Crimson. 70-60 is the final.
I thought we came out with a lot of energy and started the game. You know, they kind of got on a run at the beginning of the second half, but I thought we answered real well. And this is probably our first real win of the season. You know, the only two really competition we played, we've kind of struggled against. So this is probably a really good way to make sure that we know how we're supposed to play for the rest of the year.
Earlier in the girls' game between those two schools, the Crimson looking to bounce back from their first loss of the season, but it's Osseo off to the hot start in this one. Kiara Russell hits the jumper. The Orioles lead 8-0. Great give and go here. Isle Port to Azaria Reed for the layup. The Orioles lead by as many as 11 in the first half. But Maple Grove's leading scorer, Kayla Jones, helps rally the Crimson, knocking down the 12-footer here. And Maple Grove gets the steal in this next play. Julie Haggart to Haley Barker and back to Haggart for the layup. And it's a 29-all game at the half. And the second half is close too. Osseo in transition. Maddie Malone to Port for 2 of her 12 second half points. Late in the game, Haggart gets the ball on the block, turns and scores off the glass, and the game is tied up. Haggart with 12 points in the game. 57 all with 5 seconds left when Malone is fouled, and she hits one of 2 free throws. Maple Grove doesn't get a shot off on its last possession, and Osseo squeaks out a 58-57 win. Like the Osseo boys, the Hopkins girls basketball team isn't too familiar with losing streaks. The Royals were coming off a loss to Eastview, and they stepped on the court with another good South Suburban Conference foe, Lakeville North. Polly Schoberg leads the break for the Panthers, hits Mackenzie Denk for the baseline jumper, and it's 17-10 Lakeville North. Hopkins trying to battle back as Nia Holly sends it to Jazz Martin for the long jumper. Martin scores 9 points in the night. Lakeville North's press gives Hopkins trouble. Temi Carta steals the pass and races in for the layup for a 35-24 lead. The Panthers lead by 15 at halftime. More of the same in the second half. Schoberg stripping the ball wins the race up court for the layup. Hopkins trails big, 48-27, 9 points in the game for Schoberg. The Royals do make a run. Nice passing here, and they go inside to Bali O'Toole for the hoop. Hopkins is within 59-45 at this point, but Lakeville North hands Hopkins a second straight loss. 66-51 is the final. With both programs becoming pretty strong, the Maple Grove and Benilde St. Margaret's boys hockey teams have built up a rivalry the past few seasons, and those two go head-to-head in St. Louis Park. Maple Grove strikes first. Sam Valerius sets up Joe Norenberg for a 1-0 Crimson lead. But it's all Red Knights in the second period. Johnny Austin rifles the one-timer in for a power play goal. And then the Crimson will turn it over in their own zone. Evan Fleming to Chase Jungles for the goal for Benilde, and it's 3-1. Third period, Benilde up 4-1, but Maple Grove comes back. Norenberg's shot tipped in by Valerius to make it 4-3. Josh Passold and Sam Huff work a perfect 2-on-1. Passold buries the tying goal. Maple Grove with a great rally earns the tie, 4-4, the final. And that's a look at sports for today.
Thanks, John.
Still ahead, something brand new for Robbinsdale.
Here's a hint. It's something that will excite runners. We'll be right back.
In our Holiday Lights Showcase, it's angelic music and a home outlined in cool blue lights in Maple Grove. And as you can see, they made good use of tall trees in the yard. We found this holiday display in the 6400 block of Juneau Lane. We'll be looking for outstanding lighting displays for another week or so. So if you know of one in your neighborhood, give us a call or send an email to news@12.tv. Well, finally, Robbinsdale residents have a new goal for the year: lace up their running shoes and hit the pavement.
This year will be the first annual Birdtown Half Marathon. There will also be an 8K, a 4K, and a kids fun run. The announcement came at Tuesday night's council meeting. It'll be held on May 17th, starting and finishing at Lakeview Terrace Park. The proposed route goes through parts of Golden Valley, Crystal, and Brooklyn Center. And race coordinators hope to attract between 200 and 500 runners. Now the big question is, will Mayor Murphy be running in the race?
We'll bet
see.
on it.
That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Stay with us. Community Corner is coming up next, and we'll see you here tomorrow.